you said, you have to work at it. And I think, especially when you look at what's out there now in social media and people say, follow your passion, follow your passion.
Yes.
People think that your passion is always something that can just come easy. And I
Yes.
can tell you what where I've gotten to today has not been easy.
Yes.
And I think you have to work at your gifts. I don't think your gifts are supposed to be easy. But as you chisel it, you can see it come out, because I can tell you this, I hated public speaking. And there's still times where, I go up front and I'm nervous. Or, even when I go back and I listen to the recording on my podcast, I'm like, oh, I hate the sound of my voice.
Yeah.
But I continue to keep doing it because I'm crafting my skill. And I think that, I think it's a message that gets mixed up, that thinking that, well, because it's not easy, then that's not my passion.
Yeah. Yeah, and the reason, so a couple of things. One is to let you know that this is my first podcast.
Oh, nice! You're doing great.
So just like you,
Yeah,
I had a fear of speaking, because when I was younger, and for many years, I used to stammer. I couldn't talk.
Mm-hmm.
That was the most difficult part of it. But I overcame all that, and now I love talking. Okay,
Right.
and it's becoming easier the more I talk. But you're right. You have to go through that, and the passion comes once you break out of the wall. As long as you are confined in that wall and living your life the way you are, you won't be able to see the passion. You might think it's this or that, but as soon as the wall opens up, or it breaks, or it's demolished, all of a sudden you know exactly what you need to do in this life.
Mm-hmm.
Just like I knew a few years ago that I wanted to write a book. Out of the blue, I said I want to write a book. It took me many years to write a book, but that's what I've done. It just comes to you, and just
Right.
like you, it was an amazing experience, but it was not easy.
No, it wasn't. It was not easy at all, but it was an enjoyable, like the journey was enjoyable. Like I enjoyed it. Like I look back at it, and I remember I was talking to somebody recently, and they're like, I really want to kind of do what you're doing and get to where you are. And then I said, yes, and you can absolutely do it. And then I found myself saying, I almost wish I was where you are, to do the journey all over again. And that's when you realize that it has nothing to do with the destination. It's always about the journey. It's always about the journey. And I think people get caught up in the destination. And I get it, when you don't see it, but, or when you're not there yet. But now it's just like, man, I can't wait to see what else I can do. And so now there's never a destination for me.
No, it's because you're having fun. Everything, a few years ago, while I was writing the book, I climbed Mount Kilimanjaro in Tanzania. Yep. And I learned a lot of things from that. In fact, I've divided the book into 4 parts of climbing. So one is the preparation that you have to go through, not only for climbing, but also for in life, what we need to do. Because we can keep reading books at the time of self-improvement books, this, keep going, but not making any effort to do something about it. Then there's the actual climb. What happens in the climb? What you go through? Then you reach the summit, and then the journey back. So once you've prepared, and then you start climbing, one of the mantras of high altitude climbing is a Swahili word, pole, pole, slowly, slowly, because the mountain is almost 20,000 feet, about almost 6,000 meters. And so as you climb, if you climb fast, because the oxygen level at the base and the top is 50% of what is at the base. So you have to take time, each step, pole, slowly, slowly. And that's what mindfulness is. Right. You become mindful of each step. And that creates a whole journey. Okay, so right. So what you're saying is that's where I come from the journey. And then when you reach the summit, you say, okay, I've reached the summit, so what? Because I enjoyed the journey so much. Summit was okay. It was an anticlimax.
You're right. Yeah, no, you're
Then,
right.
and then once you have reached that stage, just like you, now you ask yourself the question: what can I do? How can I serve? What are the things that I can bring to the world? And that's
Right.
what you're doing. That's what I'm doing. That's what a lot of other people are doing.
Yeah, it's service to many leads to greatness.